say it's about time for a new Disney vlog.
I think so too. It is time for us to go back to Disney, but everyone's been asking us, where are you guys going?
Florida was so last year. It's all about Cali. That's where all the cool kids are going this year.
Benji keeps calling it Cali, but we are going to Disneyland in California.
Cali.
Which is so exciting. Well, we've been nicknaming it Cali and we've been nicknaming it
Well,
Dizzo.
otherwise you might get confused with Euro Disney. Our parents still call it Euro Disney, so I can't keep winding Brogan up.
Disneyland Paris. Yeah, when we say Disneyland, I think people assume Disneyland Paris straight away. But no, we are going to California!
Pixar Pier time.
Woo! Yes, oh my gosh, yes. So, if you've stumbled across this video, hi, welcome. My name's Brogan.
My name's Benji.
And we are engaged, soon to be married in 2024. And before we do a big, epic wedding and honeymoon trip that we have planned, we wanted to squeeze in one final Disney trip. And so I'm going to tell you all the details today about what we've planned, when we're going, what we've already booked, our budget and how much we've spent so far, and just an overview of the trip. And if you're thinking of going to Disneyland, then this will be a good video to watch. But if you're just here for the announcement and you're as excited as we are, then Disneyland it is.
I'm looking forward to watching the video to find out what we're doing.
Just no idea. No, you have a little idea.
We both have our own strengths and planning is your thing. So that's fine with that. I love experiencing things for the first time.
Yeah.
You love knowing everything about it.
Yes.
So that enhances your experience. So
yeah, and also look, we've done Disneyland already, so this will be my third time.
my third time.
Your
Second time together.
Second time together. So
We last went in 2019. Similar to kind of year, wasn't it?
no, it was June, July. Now we're going in September 2023. So it's actually 4 weeks to go, 1 month, the final countdown. I feel like it's coming around really quickly. I'm going to tell you all about the details of the trip. Ben's just wanted to basically put on his Buzz Spirit jersey and say how excited he was. So you're going to carry on doing whatever you're doing.
I got it in 2019 in Cali.
Still fits.
So, not many other things from 2019 still fit.
It looks cute.
Yeah,
You've worn this on every Disney trip.
I love it. I like the fact that it gets cool enough in the evenings that we can wear jumpers.
Oh, the weather in California is something
Perfect.
else. It's so perfect. So,
if they could kindly stick a water park out there, ideal.
However, the hotel has a pool.
Yeah, good.
So we could take our little Pixar ball and chuck it in the pool again. But no slides.
I feel like I'm as excited about the situation of the where the hotel's situated, with Target right next door. What's the other place? Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah, all the things we love about Florida in just a shorter trip. So yeah, it's going to be great. We're really excited. So let me tell you all about the trip and our plans.
Right, I'm taking this off because it's really hot in here.
It is really hot in here. So let's get technical. For those of you that like all the details and want to know everything we're doing and what we've booked and what we've planned, this video is for you. So I cannot believe we're actually going back to Disney and we're doing Disneyland. I am so excited. We had a trip to Walt Disney World in Florida booked in 2019 with Virgin Holidays, which was for 2020, and as I'm sure you can imagine, that got cancelled. And then at the end of last year in 2022, we went back and were finally able to do that trip. However, we didn't rebook with Virgin Holidays. Editing me jumping in here because I didn't explain myself very well, but essentially the holiday deposit that we had, this credit, was due to expire at the end of 2023, and we didn't want it to go to waste, so it hadn't previously worked out price-wise to use it on other trips we've done over the last few years, so we had to use it or lose it. We did have plans to potentially use it for New York or Washington or do something in the US or Canada. Then we had a spanner in the works as Benji got called to go for his open heart surgery at the beginning of this year. And then as the year has gone on, we've had other opportunities. We went on a cruise and we have been planning for our big world cruise that we're doing next year. Virgin Holidays fly to several destinations, but the destinations that were interesting us the most that weren't already part of our big trip next year was mostly US and Canada. So trying to find somewhere that we wanted to go to, that we could use the deposit for a sort of short trip. LA was coming out at a pretty good price and the flights were looking okay, and for the hotel, we decided, hey, we may as well go to Disneyland. We haven't been for quite a few years. I really wanted to do a Disney park for the 100th anniversary time. We are coming up to the 100 years of the Walt Disney Company, and when we went to Disneyland Paris at the beginning of this year, the parks weren't really celebrating the anniversary. There wasn't anything new or anything going on. And even now, I am surprised that there's not an awful lot going on in Walt Disney World, or nothing that I've seen. And I know that Disneyland Paris are going to be doing some stuff, but Disneyland in California have had quite a few things going on, and I've been watching vlogs and I just felt like we should go. We should go and do it. There is so much for us to see. We get to see our friend Kevin again because we haven't seen him for quite a few years. And we also decided that both of us have done LA and done like quite a lot of California. So we are treating this trip as just Disneyland, which means that we are flying to LA, going down to Anaheim, and then just doing Disney, going back and flying home. So we're not doing anywhere else, which I've always thought that if you're going to go that far with the time difference, you kind of want to utilize trying to hit a few spots in California. And especially for us, we both want to do Vegas together. I really want to do Yosemite again. San Francisco and San Diego are spots that I want to go back with Benj as well. However, for this particular trip, we wanted to keep our costs down, and Disney's already very expensive. So just Disney trip. Just Disney. So we're going for 5 days, and we're going on a Monday to a Friday, and I did that on purpose because the parks over there are definitely more locals parks, which means obviously they are very popular with the locals that all have annual passes, and especially on the weekends. So I thought we'd avoid the weekend and go midweek, middle of September, and I want to try and hit Halloween as well because I love the seasons at Disney, especially Halloween and Christmas. And so if we can hit off a season we haven't done before, I've already done Halloween in Disneyland Paris and Walt Disney World a couple of times, and I absolutely love it. I actually don't love Halloween all that much because I hate scary stuff, but Disney Halloween is like a different world. Like the pumpkins and the atmosphere and the songs, the music, all the characters in their cute costumes, it is just a vibe. So I really wanted to get the timing right, and it's not a year where D23 is on, which is a convention that Disney do in the Anaheim Convention Center. That I think that's every other year or every 2 years, I'm not sure, but it's definitely not on this year, which is good for us as well. So basically the timing just worked really well, and we thought let's just go and do it. So what we've booked, like I said, 5 days, only doing Disney. We're staying in an off-site hotel, flying with Virgin Atlantic because obviously we booked it through Virgin Holidays. I think that's everything. We've already pre-booked a couple of things and our tickets. So it's been actually a very easy trip to plan, in all honesty. But let's go into the details and talk to you a bit more about the plans because this is exciting. So as I've already mentioned, Halloween season in Disneyland, we are going to be doing Oogie Boogie Bash. I am so excited. It is basically a smaller condensed version of Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party over in Florida. I have done, like I said, Halloween in Paris and Florida, and I'm really excited to see how Disneyland do things. If you keep up to date with Disney news, then you'll know how hard it was to get Oogie Boogie Bash tickets, but somebody gave a tip on Twitter saying that they used the app to book their tickets, so I did, and I got through quite easily, and I bought our 2 tickets on the day we wanted. I then didn't think much of it, and then when I checked Twitter again, loads and loads of people had issues, and they paused the sale of the tickets and reopened them again a week later. It was all a bit of a palaver, to say the least, but I'm really grateful we got them because it's unlikely that, you know, we're gonna do the Halloween party again anytime soon, plus we're traveling so far, so I really wanted to make sure we got tickets, and I'm really excited about it. But I will say we are hoping to dress up because you can dress up. There are some guidelines, obviously. You can't look too similar to an actual character. Not that Benj and I are gonna do any fancy dress so we look too much like a character, but you know what I mean. And I haven't got any ideas yet. I don't know what to dress us up in. So Benj has thought of a few ideas, and I'm just not 100% sure what will work. I need something that complements us both, that is fun, that's a little bit different maybe, is gonna be light and easy to wear, and is light to pack as well. I don't want anything too big and bulky. So if you have any Disney bounding or Disney adult Halloween outfit ideas, or just Disney couples ideas that we can do together, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. That's Oogie Boogie Bash. We also have booked the Disney 100 Resort guided tour. The guided tours are available for anyone to book, small groups that they take around and give you like sort of history and hidden gems and facts, and they take you around little spots, and it is available to book. It's an extra fee, obviously, kind of like Keys to the Kingdom tour they do in Florida. They do their own version in Disneyland. However, they have sort of revamped it for the 100th, and they're calling it Disney 100 Guided Resort Tour, and you get a special pin and a viewing area for the Magic Happens parade. So we've booked that, and we're going to show you that in the vlogs. I don't know how easy it is to show a tour, but we're going to give you our honest opinions and views and see if that's something that's worth doing for you in the future. If you guys are going to Disneyland or you're just nosy and curious, then we're going to share all of that. And speaking of the parade, we've never seen Magic Happen, so that'll be a new parade for us, which is very rare these days that there aren't parades and shows we haven't already seen, but because it's been a long time, we have not seen Magic Happens. We're really excited about restaurants. We actually didn't want to do a lot of sit-down restaurants this trip. We want to keep it quite loose. Benji and I, over the last few years, have come to appreciate slowing down our Disney trips a little bit and going at a bit more of a pace. And because we have 5 days with only 2 parks, we have plenty of time to experience it all. So there will be days where we might do a half day and then go shopping or, you know, relax in the hotel, that kind of thing. So that's why we didn't want too many dining reservations in, but also the quick service options at Disneyland are some of the best across the Disney parks that I've been to. And so we really want the flexibility to just sort of mobile order and see what we like and see what snacks are available. Disneyland has some of the best for Disney parks food, so we're really excited. But we have booked Lamplight Lounge again because we loved that so much last time, and we've also booked Cathay Circle as well, so some options there. However, on our off-site restaurant list, we've got Blaze Pizza, Cheesecake Factory, IHOP. These are all ones we've loved and done before. I've also got the Olive Garden on my list. I'm hoping we can go to the Italian chain that they have out there because I've never done it. We also have Denny's, Huckleberries and House of Blues that have all been recommended to us from friends. If any of you have eaten at any great restaurants just outside of the Disney parks in Anaheim, then let me know. I have saved a little bakery on Instagram, so I've been like looking out, but yeah, I really want to find some hidden gems and I really want to try lots and lots of different restaurants, not just in the parks. The only other thing to talk to you about a little bit was the hotel itself. So like I said, we're staying off-site. We previously did a trip where we did 10 days. We did half of our trip in Disneyland and half our trip in LA. We did one night at the Grand Californian and then we moved and did an off-site hotel. And this is great if you've never experienced the Disney parks hotels before, but they are amazing. And I personally love staying on Disney property when I'm in Florida and Paris. I think it's worth spending the extra money. However, I personally think that the hotel options that are just outside the parks, there is so many and they're all so good, there is so much choice that I didn't feel it was a priority to stay in a Disney hotel. However, obviously because we booked through Virgin Holidays, my choices were limited anyway, and for the dates we wanted, we only had 5 options available. So I'm not going to share exactly which hotel we're staying in this video, just for safety reasons, because I want to keep that private for now. But if you watch the vlogs, if you're watching this in the future, you can go and watch the vlogs, but the vlogs will be coming in September, so you can see when we arrive, and we'll show a room tour and give our overview of the actual hotel. But to give you some idea, it's a mile away from Disneyland. It's a good 30 to 40 minutes walk. However, the hotel does have a shuttle bus that runs quite frequently, and it has a swimming pool, which is perfect for us because, you know, Benji loves to go for a dip in the pool and take a break from a long park day. And also it's got some great dining options in the hotel if we need or want them. And it's right near a Target and all those sort of off-site restaurants that we were interested in too. So this actually was one of the further away hotels. When I was looking at which one to pick, I originally went down the route of saying, let's just get the hotel that's closest to the parks because that's our focus, that's all we want. However, it didn't have the best reviews. So out of the 5 choices I had, I ended up just looking at all the reviews, all the pros and cons to all of them, and picking the one that was weirdly the furthest away, but it won't be too difficult for us to either walk, Uber, or take the hotel bus. So I'm really not too bothered about the fact that it is a little further away than some of the other ones. I like the pros, they outweighed the distance. So that was our choice when it came to the hotel, and like I said, we'll show you it and talk to you about it a bit more once we're there. So we'll probably also share it in real time on Instagram if you are interested. Then make sure you follow me. I'm at brogantatexo, and Benji is Benji Lever on Instagram if you want to follow either of us. So that's that. To wrap up this video, I thought I'd do a cost breakdown as well, just because it's quite interesting to see how much things cost and how much we have personally paid. I like to be as transparent as possible, and I've been doing this for the last few Disney trips in terms of Florida and Paris. I've given a rundown of how much we spent, and a lot of you really appreciate an insight into that, because Disney trips are very expensive. We personally do feel we get amazing value and experience, and our love runs so deep for going to the Disney parks. However, we do like to do a variety of trips, and we go on cruises, and we like going skiing and doing lots of other things. We've got a few UK staycations planned with Bonnie this year as well, which we're really looking forward to sharing with you. But the Disney parks are personally well worth it for us. So we've already paid for the hotel and flights, which was just over £2,000. The Disney tickets were £975 for us both. That was $1,200 for 5 days, and I included Genie Plus. I did this just because my friend Adam recommended it. He said that it really made a difference. They were able to do so much. We didn't use Genie Plus. We only used individual lightning lanes when we were in Florida. So I'm interested to give it a go. We're only there to do Disney. I know we'll have loads of time to do everything, but I just thought Genie Plus would be great for potentially just sort of skipping those queues, and helpful for Benj, as he only had his surgery in March this year. This will be the first Disney trip post his surgery. And although he's well past his recovery period and he's really doing well, I want to make the trip as comfortable as possible for him. So I think Genie Plus will be great. Oogie Boogie Bash came in at £228.47p, so that was $144 each. The Halloween parties are about this price, so was Christmas. I think the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party cost us about $160 per person last year, but we did get quite a lot for that. So I do think that Oogie Boogie Bash is quite expensive in comparison, because, you know, the Halloween and Christmas parties in Florida are a lot bigger. You get a lot more. We're obviously going to do it. We're not going to go all that way and not do it. So yeah, I'll let you know what we think of that and if we get our value. The Disney 100 tour I pre-booked as well came in at £171.36. So that was $110 each. Again, I'm not 100% sure how much value that will be, but I'm hoping it'll be really great, and especially for the like exclusive pin and the viewing spot for the parade, I thought it'd be perfect. So that's exciting. So that's everything we have pre-booked and paid for already. The only other thing that I put down as miscellaneous was an Esther and our holiday insurance, which we've already got. So Esther's are currently $21 per person. You have to have an American visa that lasts for 2 years. Our insurance is already pre-done and paid for as well. And I will just premise this by saying Benji no longer has a heart condition or tumour, so we didn't need special insurance for him this time, and we only had to declare that he'd had surgery within the last 6 months. So the insurance we have already done and sorted as well. But the only other things that we have to budget for now at this point is the Uber or Lyft to and from the airport. My friend Adam recommended a couple of ideas, and he has pre-booked a private transfer before, but when I did the maths it looked quite expensive, and in 2019 we did a Lyft from LAX directly down to Disneyland, which cost around $60. I did it in the app earlier today, just out of curiosity, and it was coming out at the same sort of price. Now, it is a little bit different from when we were there in 2019. I believe we'll have to go to a certain area that does pickups for Uber and Lyft, but I think it'll be worth it. We'll just book it there and then on the day, take whatever the price is. You can pre-book Lyft rides up to 30 days in advance, so I could do that. I think I'm just gonna risk it and see what we can get. I'll check the price on Uber and on Lyft, which is spelled Lyft, by the way. It's a great app. We use that a lot when we're in the US. Like I said, the shuttle bus to and from Disney, the hotel bus, is $6 per person per day. So we're budgeting for that, assuming we're gonna be using it. Otherwise, again, if we're in a rush or the bus is taking too long, we'll just jump in an Uber. I haven't put a budget or price next to these things yet, but I have put food and snacks and merchandise and shopping. Like, we'll definitely want to go to Target. I don't know how much we're going to need for all that. Probably a few £100 a day, in all honesty. And I also wrote down tipping. We always tip at sit-down meals, and if anyone helps us with luggage, and our house cleaning in the hotel as well. So far, we've spent around £3,500 for us both, and that's the majority of the big things, including all the tickets and everything. I never imagined we'd be doing Disneyland this side of the year, but I didn't want that £350 to go to waste. It had to go somewhere. We may as well put it towards Disneyland. So I hope you're as excited as we are to be going back to Disney. 4 weeks to go today as this video goes up, so we have a 1 month countdown, middle of September, and I'm going to be doing a packing video and a haul, and there'll be daily videos, so you're going to get 5 Disney vlogs from this trip, which we're really excited about sharing with you. I know loads of you love Disney as much as we do, and we're just really excited to show you it through our eyes. Thank you so much for watching this, and hope you have a magical rest of your day, and I'll see you again in my next videos. Bye!